In a previous video, I showed you how to make chickpea tortillas using chickpea flour. But what if you have trouble finding chickpea flour, or you're just running out way too often? This recipe will create the same flexible tortillas, and I think the taste is even better. You can use canned chickpeas or cook your own to save even more money. Check out the link below for a cost comparison. In place of tapioca, you could also use cassava flour. So let's get started. Begin by straining the chickpeas and preserving the liquid for later use. I think that a food processor works best, but you can likely use a blender. It just may be a bit more difficult to get the dough out of the blender container. Add 1/2 cup of tapioca flour and 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Salt is optional. Process the ingredients in the food processor. It may be a bit dry at first, but that's okay. You don't want to oversaturate the mixture with liquid. Slowly add the reserved liquid 1 to 2 tablespoons at a time, processing in between. Here it's perfect. Looks a bit grainy, but it easily presses together. Of course, you can use a rolling pin, but I wanted to show you this tip using the tortilla press. In the last video, I used a Ziploc bag to press the tortillas on the press. Here I'm using parchment paper. You will want to put it exactly between the 2 press points. If you have a measuring scale, the weight that works best for me is about 55 grams. Which creates 6 6-inch tortillas. Place a second piece of parchment paper on top. Just make sure that it covers the full press plate. Give it a press and voila! Perfectly round. Even though the dough may stick a bit to the parchment paper, it's perfectly okay because usually it only sticks to the bottom half anyway. After a few moments, as it heats, you can easily remove the parchment paper. The tortilla usually takes about 3 minutes to cook. Flip it halfway. Now you have the perfect tortilla. If you do not have a tortilla warmer, you can create one by putting 2 plates together or using anything that has a lid so they remain warm and flexible. For deeper roasted tortillas and to allow for quicker cooking, I like to use a cast iron stove griddle which sits over 2 stovetop burners. I can prepare 3 to 5 tortillas at once, and it's also good for pancakes. Please let me know if you've tried this recipe. Post any comments or questions below. And remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks.